Good morning, fellow bookworms, book lovers, book hoarders, and creatives. How are you doing today? Now, today is episode 50 of the podcast. Yes, we are halfway to 100. An easy road, right? Well, only time will tell. But it does feel great to be back to bring you all another engaging episode. Now, today, just before we begin our 50th episode, I find myself existentially triggered to ask the question, why? Why am I doing this? You know what? I guess it's my way of paying it forward and equally helping local indie creatives to get more exposure the same way that I was helped along the way. Now, how many local bibliophiles would pick up a traditionally published work as compared to indie? Now, all because they don't know the title or the author, and if I can perhaps raise the fraction just a little and create awareness for the IPs that our guests in the past have and those who have yet to grace our show, then I'd like to think that I have done my part in doing that. All right. So before we get on with today's episode, try and ask yourself why. If in case you are a reader, why do you read? And if in case you are a creative, why do you write? Why do you draw? Why do you paint? Why do you direct? And why do you create? Okay? Now, if you get to answer that question, then perhaps you would have found the reason to continue on with your creative journey and share what you've done with the rest of the world. And we do whatever we can in order to get the word out. Okay? So do yourself a favor, keep creating or start creating so that you can begin sharing. All right? So here it is, episode 50 of the Urban Fantasy PH podcast. Enjoy, everybody. Welcome to Urban Fantasy PH. We are creatives who live in an urban society and give readers wish fulfillment by way of our stories, which is fantasy but reflective of reality. Here, we get to talk to fellow creatives like writers, authors, artists, comic book creators, filmmakers, you name it. We create and share our art here in the Philippines as well as abroad. My name is CJ Edmunds, I'm your host, and here is today's episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Urban Fantasy PH podcast. I'm your host, CJ Edmunds, and like always, our show is available both on Spotify as well as on my YouTube channel. You do have the option to listen to us or you can watch us, the choice I leave in your hands. Now, whether you're listening or watching, please click the subscribe button and ring the bell so you do not miss a single episode, and you'll be notified when a new one comes along, just like this one. Now, all of our past episodes are all at the ready for you to return to or to listen to or watch chronologically if you are joining us for the first time. Now, our guest for today is an architect by profession and who skillfully balances her work and responsibilities as a mother, as a wife, and as a creative. Now, she is a proud alumna of the University of the Philippines, and she is also the founder and president of Project Life JGCU. This is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to help the youth cope with depression and aiming to save lives as well as empower them in the process. Now, because of her commitment, she is also pursuing further studies from both Yale and Stanford in the US, and this is in order to earn certificates in psychology, for well being, as well as for food and for health. Her book is called How to Be Happier in Less Than 30 Minutes. Now, if you think that there are steps or ways to being happy, then I think you should listen up because for sure by the end of this interview, you will be taking notes. All right. So let's welcome Miss Judy Christine Go. Oh, hello, Miss Judy.
Hello, CJ. Hello, everybody.
Hi, good
Nice.
morning.
Thank you for inviting me to this podcast.
Oh, you're always welcome, and welcome to Urban Fantasy PH. Now, I must say that I am in awe of your advocacy for wellness, for well being, and mental health. And it was something that I noticed when I first met you last year, if I remember right, during the MIBF SMX. That's
Yes.
Manila International Book Fair. You always have this, sunny and happy disposition, which always makes you, seem as, approachable and very congenial to talk to. How do you do that? I mean, do you have any morning rituals that you set in order to direct that you have that, receptive and positive mindset at the beginning of the day?
Actually, there's nothing set that I do, except that I hear this often from people, and they say, you kind of like give positive vibes. And growing up, it was a very simple life for us. And everything was really simple, CJ. We only had one TV. We're 12 in the family.
Oh wow.
Only one black and white TV in the sala. And then we all have to, make do with one TV that's just a rotating channel with like about six channels.
I know that rotating
We
channel. Kids
learned.
these days, they don't know about that.
Yes, yes, they don't know. And then my toys were hand-me-downs,
Uh-huh.
usually from my ates and my kuyas.
Okay.
And life was very simple then. The life was very simple then. We would go out and play, tumbalat, tumba preso,
Yeah, yeah.
patintero. We didn't have a lot of homemade toy, like commercial toys.
Yes,
We
yes.
just made
Uh-huh.
our own, diba? We
Yeah.
played with, like, you can now buy like bubbles, the bubbles that you blowing
Mm-hmm.
bubbles.
Yeah.
But we used to dik some pagita leaves and mix it with soap and then make our own wire loop.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
then
your
we
own
would
wire
make
loop.
our own.
Right. Wait, so
Yeah.
if you put obviously I didn't well, I did play with bubbles, but I didn't put sampaguita leaves. But what does what does grinding sampaguita leaves along with the soap will do? Will it make
Sorry,
the bubbles
gumamela pala, not
oh gumamela.
sampagita.
Okay. Will it make the bubble more sturdy or last longer? Is that it?
The gumamela leaves kasi have something sticky in the sap.
Okay.
So if it's just soap and water, there's no elasticity to it. But
Ah.
the sap from the gumamela leaves adds that elasticity. So when you lift that ring, you
Mm-hmm.
dip it in that soapy solution of including that sap.
Right,
When
right.
you lift it up, there's elasticity, and when you blow, there's that elasticity that keeps that bubble shape.
Ah, okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
that. I just used to do soap and water. And sometimes it's
yeah.
just like, tsambahan lang. Or if not,
Tsambahan lang. Tapos
yeah, I
if
was
you
like,
want something bigger, you get a bigger balde, you make a
yeah,
bigger
uh,
loop.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, a bigger pail. I was sort of like, oh, how come yours, works better than mine? Or why is it like that? So, okay, so that's the key. It has to be the sap from gumamela. Okay, I learned something new today.
So,
Let me go back into a time machine, and go back to my childhood and see how it works back then. But you know what? Regardless of the field that you'll be working in, whether you are still a student or let's say maybe you are a professional that you have to multitask, the mindset is always key. One's mindset is definitely key. So I'd like to, this is already kind of like started going down memory lane. I usually do this with my guests at the beginning of each episode as wondering, how can you tell us how you got to be into architecture? I mean, was it the love of drawing structures with lines that got you into it, or were you always drawn to different kinds of buildings only to find that there is such a thing as brutalist architecture, or even Art Nouveau, Art Deco, or postmodern for that matter?
uh, going back to olden days, olden days, back to the past, um, things were very simple. Our parents were just simply too busy raising kids or earning money.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to watch out for ourselves. If we wanted to eat, we have to go to the cocina to eat.
Yeah.
If we want to have fun, we create our own fun. It's not like they can afford to give us everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that our parents gave us was paper and then a set of crayons. And then nakita nila mahilig ako mag-drawing, then they'd
Mm-hmm.
give me pencil pen. Ganun lang. That's what I get for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And with all of those things, one of the hobbies that I developed was drawing and coloring and painting. So growing up, I used to do that. And then I used to make my own birthday cards and Christmas cards that I'd give
Okay.
my parents. So I'd fold the paper, ako na nagdodraw sa front, ako na nagka-calligraphy. And then, yes, my dad noticed that. And so growing up, I guess I was in the creatives already, hobby-wise.
Right.
And then, yeah, it was not a difficult choice to get into architecture growing up.
It's nice. I'm sure you drew better stick figures than most of us back in the day because yeah, you had so much practice. You had so much practice. And as sabi nga nila, practice makes perfect. But then again, it's not really about, being perfect and all. It's just really having fun. It's just that.
Having fun.
You said that you were 12 in the family. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, we are two.
Pang ilan ka? Were you the
Pangilan
youngest?
ako? Pang-sampu.
Oh, you're the 10th.
Down the line. And because
Ah.
I was down the line, a lot of things were hand-me-downs.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I'm using crayons na basag-basag na. Yung putol-putol na.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crayons that are
Tapos
broken in
some of
pieces.
the pencil pens are already dried up na. A lot
Ah,
of the toys are, pag hand-me-downs na, some of the toys are already chipped or partially broken or
yeah.
old. But those things didn't matter to us.
Yeah,
We
and no
just
one's and no one's gonna come
to
into your house and
play.
say, "Hey, why are you using hand-me-downs?" Like, no, 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 you're
No,
buying new ones. No one's gonna do that.
oo,
Diba?
kasi for my parents, kunwari, I have money now, my parents no. They would buy one tea set and one doll or one something else.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they buy another tea set just for me, right?
Right,
We
right.
would rather, even as the kids, we would rather that our parents buy a new toy that's new, and then we'll just all make do with whatever is old.
Mm-hmm.
Don't buy me a tea set na mom. Buy me ganun na lang, di ba?
Yeah, yeah,
Because we
yeah.
already have a tea set no matter how old.
Yeah.
Naging favorite namin like over the years, yan na t-shirt na ginagamit namin sa mga
Oh,
play dollhouse namin, playing and all that. And that worked pretty well. It was fine.
right, right. And
Or
and
kasi
and and if
iba-iba
you
yung
know
gusto
how to
ng
take care
iba-ibang
of your
tao eh.
toys, true, true, I agree. And if you know how to take care of your toys, you clean them well, you store them well, it will always look new. Diba? I mean, even if it does turn yellow a
Yeah,
bit, but still, sometimes
yeah,
the materials that we used, before in toys before, they're not the same as the materials that they use now. They're more durable back in the day. So, it's
true.
yes, it is vintage, but at least it lasts longer. Diba?
Yes, diba? Kunwari, we already have a tea set. And I go, Mom, just buy us a badminton set with a net. Kasi we already have a tea set. So that's how we expand the inventory sa bahay ng toys.
Nice. Nice,
So,
nice,
kunwari,
nice.
ayoko na nang gano'n, "Ma, just buy us a bicycle na lang." Because we already have a badminton set. So, no matter how warak-warak na from hitting the floor and hitting everything, it's still
It still
workable. We'll just
works.
buy
Right.
another thing. So, I guess that's one of the things that we learn to do. Make
True.
do with things that it doesn't have to be beautiful, perfect, clean, little tykes.
As
You
long
know,
as you,
the
yes, a
kids
little
now, they're all
tykes.
little tykes. They
Uh-huh.
have to be Legos. They have to be magagarang bikes, magagarang everything. Dati, so long as we had something na we had fun with, that's fine na. Hindi kami masyadong particular about all of those.
Yeah,
What
things were
was
much more simpler
important
before.
before
Mm-hmm.
was friendship, 'di ba?
Yep,
Family. The time
exactly.
that we had fun. If we don't have money for anything else, we'll use our chinelas, get a lata, use a chalk, put a circle around it, and we just hit the can, di ba?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
the
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if
In
you
this by
if
the
you
streets, yeah.
experienced it. And if we couldn't use our chinelas anymore kasi nasira na namin. There's patintero, you have both arms, you can stretch out, and then touch taya, parang
Yeah,
ganon. It's
that's
just
yeah.
so back then, life was very simple and we had fun. So it made me realize a lot of things. Why some of the kids or some of the people seem to have more and better things, and some seem to be coping with happiness.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
I
with
agree.
the statistics, actually, one of the sad things that I came across, hold on, nag-introduce about the book and why I came to write it.
We can get to that. Maya maya. We can do that.
Maya-maya, sige.
Yeah.
Yun, so that's one of the things that I think, so you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, it's time to play again.
Mm-hmm.
Di ba? Oh, I'm gonna yaya my kapitbahay. We're going to be looking out sa kanal, fishing some maliliit na tadpoles and so we'll walk around the community, gather some flowers, put it in a probably half a baso of bote or something
Right.
or garapon and then just set it up for the sala. It was
Yeah.
always just
Right.
something
Simple
like
things
that.
like that. And
Very simple things.
simple things for everyone can mean different things as well. Like if you
Yes.
if from an architect point of view, like if you see a particular building that's not being used, it might be old, but still the architecture is still preserved. Like if you really like, as I said, brutalist architecture, then you see a building that's, oh, this used to be nice, back in the day, but I'm glad that it's still there, and it makes you happy. Then that's okay, right? Still in the architecture, still about architecture. Just wondering, looking around in the city, is there a kind of architecture that you would like to see more of?
Hmm. First of all kinds of architecture for us is very interesting,
Okay.
extremely interesting. Ah, I particularly feel kulang sa atin is yung old architecture,
Mm,
which is sayang.
I
We
agree.
see this often in churches still,
Mm-hmm.
like Quiapo Church. Pero Quiapo Church kasi, it's very small. It withstood the wars and everything, but they got expanded na, di ba? So the exterior of the Quiapo church is already new.
Yeah.
Pero yung sa loob niya, they preserve the old one. You go to San Agustin churches. So we love looking at old structures. Here, medyo we kind of like tend to like newer architecture sa Philippines.
Yeah, that's what I
More
noticed as
similar to the
well.
United States. Kung ano
Yeah.
yung bago, yun ang mas gusto nila, di ba?
Yeah.
But say you go to Europe, kung ano yung
Oh
mas luma,
gosh, yes,
yun ang
to
mas gusto
Europe.
nila. So it's a different world when you go to Europe.
Oh,
Everything
true.
is old. They preserve it so much so
They do,
that
they
in
do.
Paris, when we stayed in Paris, kasi they're not allowed to destroy the structure.
Mm-hmm.
So, kunwari, this place, they wanted to make it into a hotel na. How do they carve a restroom there? Wouldn't you believe it? They had deeper closets before.
Hmm.
Deeper yung closets nila. So they extended it a bit and made a very tiny bathroom.
More
Accommodated kasi they cannot destroy the exterior. So they have
right.
to move from within and try to add these spaces inside the small spaces already. And that's really what's very interesting when you see it. Wow, you're able to carve a bathroom out of a closet, di ba?
Nice, nice, nice.
It's so fantastic also seeing all of those old elevators that you see in old movies. Yung they
And they
ano
still
pa,
work. Yeah, yeah. This
they
is
still
the
work.
metal
They're
grills
like
that
metal that you beat,
yeah.
yes. And then you move it up and down. It's so
Right,
nice.
right.
And they are because they kept the aqueducts. Aqueducts were the parang when you see it, they look like bridges, but
Mm-hmm.
they carry water from one place to the other, no? They used old aqueducts. They did not destroy the structure, but in best of that, they made it into a park yung sa taas ng aqueduct. So nice. Like it's a
Nice.
park talaga for walking, everything.
I, I,
So
I
they
feel the
preserve the old
same.
architecture so well.
I feel the same regarding old architecture as well. And you get that feeling when you do travel abroad, when you do go out of your own comfort zone, and you see how other people do that. You just, and then when you come back, you just scratch your head and say, if they did it there, why can't we do it here? Right? We're all about tearing the old buildings down, putting new ones. It's not about that. It's also preserving your heritage, preserving your culture. So I feel that we shouldn't get, let's say, I don't know, bullied into thinking that newer is better. Not always. Newer is not always better. Old can usually be much better, if not, just as strong as the new one, if you know how to take care of it. Right. So whether you are a practicing architect, as I said, or a different profession altogether, we ourselves are the architect of our own lives. And more often than that, you reminded all of us at the start of your book that the most important things in life are the internal ones, not the ones which are external. And was this always something that you felt strongly about, or did you develop this as you were writing the book, or as you began your advocacy, which we will also be going into it in just a bit.
I will have to okay. What I want to explain what made me write the book to begin with.
Okay.
There's this report from the Adult Fertility and Sexuality Study back in 2021 that a lot of teenagers from well, not all teenagers, but from ages from 15 to 24,
Mm-hmm.
they they have tried to commit suicide.
Okay.
So with that in mind, I thought that maybe there is something that I can do to help uh, raise probably just to remind them of what is the most important things in life that can elevate somebody, hopefully, from sadness
Mm-hmm.
to and happiness, at least on the more positive side of things.
Okay.
And so, thinking about it over the COVID days, I decided to just write down what I think are the things that made me happy,
Okay.
or what are the things I think that can be applied by people, no? So the very first thing that I want people to know is that what is important is you, what you are inside. You know yourself. You know what you are, what you can do, what you're capable of. A lot of us kasi, we listen to other people tell us, "Oh, maganda ka, pangit ka, matalino ka, bobo ka." You know, what they tell us sometimes affects a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
Very few lang yung hindi naa-affect ng mga external things, di ba?
Right, right. Comments.
Comments,
When people
okay.
comment on, "Oh, you look great today." Oh, only today? What about yesterday? I look bad. What's going?
I feel that happiness has to be from within also.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Parang, although external things can make us happy, but there should be secondary to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that you cannot take away from us, 'di ba?
Yeah.
What is it that they cannot take away from us? Okay? They cannot take away from us our achievements, what we do for ourselves, our thoughts, 'di ba?
Yes.
We can control our attitude, we can control our time, we can control our health. If we are healthy, and we have time to do the things we like to do, and we have these thoughts and this attitude, it will bring us all to happiness na. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I feel. That the other things that are external to us are also important, like who, your friends, your family, di ba? No?
Mm-hmm.
But and material possessions, like it or not, I love this particular thing na tinreasure ko na napakatagal. Eh, pag nabasag na, paano na?
Right,
Di
right.
ba?
Like a
We love
family
material
heirloom. Yeah,
possessions.
we love that too.
Yes, how
Those,
about job? Yes.
yeah.
Kunwari, so for me, what is the most important thing is to develop yourself. Because in all reality, you're the only one who loves you the most, maybe except for your parents. Di ba, no?
True, true, true. Yeah.
Yes. Who
You
will
really
take
have to depend on
better care
yourself.
of yourself if not you?
Yeah.
'Di ba? You have to take good care of yourself because and you have to depend on yourself first and foremost for your own happiness. Rely on yourself, ibig
Mm-hmm.
sabihin.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
why? Because these are the things you can control. You want to become a good architect, and then you develop that skill. So happy ka pag good architect ka, di ba? You want to be a popular DJ. O di, that's what. You go network and then talk to other people. You develop what you like to make yourself happy. So that's something that you do for yourself. If you feel that, oh, kailangan ko pang matuto, gusto ko mag-MBA para I'll be the best businessman around, di mag-MBA ka. Di
Yeah.
ba? You are the only one who can do this for yourself. I
True.
want to have peaceful thoughts. It's you. You have to make your thoughts peaceful. You have to go to a place that you feel serene. You want to go to Tanay, look at the nature that makes you feel serene pala, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you are the type na my happiness is watching a play. These are your the things that you like for yourself. You develop it. I want to sing. I want to become a theater artist. You watch more, you practice more, and then you apply. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that you rely on talaga.
That really is the bottom line. You really have to take care of yourself in order for yourself to be happy. Do not look to other people for your happiness. Now, you do have 22 quick points in the book. Was there ever a move to round it to 25 instead of 22, like round it off.
So everybody's asking me, why 22? Actually,
So I'm not
I
the only
thought of,
one.
yes, you're not the only one. And they said, why not make one for every day? Parang daily bread.
Okay,
Make it 30 or
make it 30.
31
All right,
so that
for a whole
every
month.
day somebody has something to read and just, just a quick reminder. 1, 2, 3 hanggang 31 and then paulit-ulit. Then, hindi ko naisip yun. But actually, what I had in mind was everything that I thought was the really most important points. Of course, there are
Mm-hmm.
something on hindsight, maybe I could have included this, di ba, no? But at that time, I felt that if you just made, ito yung pinaka-major.
Right.
Pag na-cross mo ito, kaya mo na. The
Mm-hmm.
other things will be like tapping on the icing on the cake.
Right.
Pero
Right.
nandiyan na yung cake mo, icing, decoration, but that will become additional points pa to elevate pa yung sense of happiness natin. Parang ganun.
Maybe book two. Book two.
Ha?
Maybe book two, second book, or maybe a revised, updated version, which now becomes 25 instead of just 22. Who knows? You know, down the line, you might decide to do that. But as I went on reading, and we're on the third point now, you mentioned the Japanese art of kintsugi. I love that word. It's the first time I've came across it when I read your book. Could you tell us what this art is all about and the importance of it in your book?
The art of kintsugi is like this. A piece of ceramic is broken. It could be
Mm-hmm.
a bowl, it could be a cup, no? What the Japanese do is they use silver, bronze, or gold, or platinum, and then they use that metal, liquid metal,
Mm-hmm.
to put the pieces back together in its original shape, di
Okay.
ba? Okay. Why is it relevant, that example? First of all, we all have to know that we are not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is perfect in this world.
Oh yeah.
We all make mistakes. Diba? Wala namang perfect eh. Hindi nagkakamali eh. Nagkakamali tayong lahat. So, since all of us make mistakes, there's no perfect person. If walang perfect na person, walang perfect na relationship, di ba? Tama. Nagkakamali yung partner mo, parents mo, nagkakamali tayo. Walang perfect, di ba?
There's no
And
perfect
because
job
nothing is
either.
perfect, no perfect job, no perfect life. So, kunwari, if you're at home, okay, simply put, at home, do not expect to have perfect parents because you're not perfect. Hindi din sila perfect. No perfect siblings. Di ba? Nothing is perfect. Walang perfect. So, when you are at school, hindi rin perfect yung teacher mo. Hindi ka rin naman perfect na student, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So, there will be no perfect school system. And then, at work, we are not perfect employees. Hindi rin naman sila perfect bosses. We don't have perfect colleagues and there's no perfect system also because of that. In society, it's the same. When you look at society, we didn't tayo perfect citizens eh. So
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing perfect in the ruling of it also, government. Lahat walang perfect system. Now, if you accept nalunong mo na, hindi naman talaga perfect eh. Hindi naman perfect si mami eh. Nakakainis lang eh. Bakit hindi niya ganun-ganun? Pero
Mm-hmm.
hindi perfect yun. Once you accept na our points of imperfection, pag na-accept mo na, it's like putting those pieces na broken, na imperfect, and put them then all together. Kunwari tayo, we accept ourselves. We have this fault, whatever your fault is, or nagkamali ka. Pag na-accept mo na yan lahat, you use that acceptance to put yourself together again. Nobody is perfect, no? So, whatever your cracks are, CJ, whatever my cracks are, Judy, di ba? We will all have cracks in our own cups.
Yeah.
But when you embrace those cracks, you mend it with in that kintsugi art with that liquid metal, you still become whole. Buo pa rin tayo.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi
Mm-hmm.
porke ganun ako, hindi porke ganun ka, hindi na tayo buo. We are still buo. And you know what makes it so nice? It creates unique characters. It makes you you. It makes me me. So pag itabi mo yung mga cups, walang similar design. Nobody has the same cracks. nobody will use the exact same thing to mend it. But once you pull them all together and you mend it and ipabuo pa rin tayo and you are different and I am different, you accept it. Like, meron kang isang cabinet na iba-ibang cups. Sabihin natin,
Right, right.
have you seen that? Yun, some people make a cabinet and they put all of their collection of mugs and stuff. They're all
Hmm.
different sizes, different shapes. Imagine mo na lang. Some of them are already broken and may ganon. It's still a beautiful thing.
You can still
And
use
it
it.
makes it
That's the
something
important
very
thing.
unique.
It's still
Yes,
usable, right?
it's
Even if
still
it's, yeah, even
usable.
if it still has cracks.
And we are still what? We are
And
still buo.
yeah, we are still
Sometimes we make
complete.
big mistakes, diba?
I agree. I
Sometimes
agree.
the mistakes can be small, it can be big. Okay. If
Hmm.
you have it in your heart, alam mong hindi perfect yung tao. Syempre, may small mistake, may big mistakes. If you can find it in your heart to forgive, it will be easier on you also. It's not easy to forgive, I tell you. Lalo na pag malaki ang kasalanan.
Hmm.
But pag maliit ang kasalanan, baka let go. It's easier to forgive. Pag malaki-laki ang kasalanan, but it might take more time, no? And effort on the part of the person. But totoo lang, this is everybody says this. Pag naka-learn ka na ng forgive and let go, it will also be easier on yourself.
Hmm.
But
I,
there's no pushing it out. Nobody will push you na, you have to forgive it. Maski na tinaydol ka na. You know, it depends. But they always say, if you can find the peace in your heart, baka na lang, just, I don't know. But within yourself, the most important thing is, you can forgive yourself for whatever mistakes you made. Diba? The mistake can be very small, like, nako, nag 5/10. Eh, pinag-aralan ko 'to kagabi, 'di ba? That's a mistake, but how do you dibdib it and you say, "Ay, gano'n, eh. Sometimes
right.
I
If you,
forget, eh. I
yeah,
forget my lesson. I was very careless. Yung multiplication ginawa kong, division, nag-add ako instead na nag-multiply," whatever it is, 'di ba? Math is usually the culprit there.
I agree. I
But
agree.
we all make mistakes.
True,
Sometimes,
true.
even if nag-aral ka na, memorize mo na lahat ng formula, and still when it comes up, nagkamali ka pa rin. Pag na-accept mo na, okay, this is a mistake, then you move on. And how do you make it better? How do you mend it? You study better. Pabalikan mo yung mistake mo. Once you learn from your mistake, that is already mending it and making it better.
Mhm. It's
That's
also,
already
I guess, changing how you package a mistake in your head. If you want to package a mistake as something that, oh, you did this because you didn't follow the rules. You did this because you did not know the rules. You did this because you thought you could get away with not following the rules. But if you look at the mistake as an opportunity to make yourself better, then you know that in the long run, when it comes up again, you know what to do because you made yourself better. You committed yourself to the task of making yourself better in the event it happens again, right? And
that's
and
correct.
and that's one of the takeaways that I like from reading the book with regards to perfection, which we also, touched upon just now and also at the beginning, is that perfection is overrated because there's really nothing really is perfect. And you can, and if you keep doing that, you might just even burn yourself out when when you reach 30, feel thinking that you're just 30, but you feel like you're already 55 or 60 or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you will
yeah.
age yourself if you
That's correct.
try to portion everything as perfectly and as neatly as you think it should be, because as
That's
yes, perfection can also be relative. My level of perfection may not be the same as yours, and the next person as well. But if you always hold on to that, really really tightly, it's you're gonna get more headaches than pleasant days.
yes.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Throughout the book, you also urge people to be proactive about happiness, and you sort of like touched up on that already. But within the confines of the book, I was wondering, can you expound a little bit about that, about being proactive regarding happiness?
Okay. The way I see it is that all of us are busy doing our own things. Di ba we have Maski na your mother is busy doing her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So is your dad, your sister also, and your brother, right? Let's talk about family lang, ha?
Okay,
Your
within the
mom
confines of family.
probably, let's talk about family first. It's an easier thing to do. So, say your mom is very busy. If your mom is working, she's working during the day. When she comes home, she has to cook,
Mm-hmm.
prepare food, clean up, and probably tuck your younger siblings to bed or probably tutor some of the kids pa pag may problem. So she has her own thing. Okay. Your dad has his own thing too because he is working very hard and at night you don't know probably he's worrying about this, worrying about that and he wants to relax so just watch the kids enjoy, diba? So if you are going to depend on mommy should make me happy tonight. Dad
Mm-hmm.
should make sure I'm happy. They should watch TV with me, play with me. They should do this. But you know, yung capacity nila, ubus na rin.
Yeah, at the
Pagod
end
na
of the
rin sila.
day, right.
At the end of the day, they want to rest. They want to relax or they want to think about something that probably is bothering them. You know, they also need time for themselves. And they have time for you, but probably not the idea that you think. Cooking for you is time for you. Tutoring you is time for you.
Yeah.
But it may not be the idea that they have that dad isn't playing with me. They don't watch a movie with me. I told them to play Monopoly with me. They said no for the nth time. You know, I wanted them to cook, say, whatever. I wanted them to cook popcorn because I want to watch a movie, but they won't. So relying on somebody else to do it without thinking about or considering the other person's own life is a little bit difficult if you are going to depend on them, right?
Mm-hmm.
They love
Mm-hmm. Okay.
you. They're doing this for you, and yet kulang pa. So what's the best approach there? I want to eat popcorn while I'm watching TV. And then you pop your own corn.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, pop your
You
own
got a
corn.
microwave? Fine, stick it in
Yes.
there. Or
Yes.
Orville Redenbacher is always on the
Right.
ready.
You want to play Monopoly, but they're busy. Or you want to play chess. Let's say chess is easier because there's online chess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like my son, he loves to play chess. Oh my gosh, but chess is like taking forever. You know, nakaupo ka dyan, it will take you an hour. Kasi pag wala kang timer, it takes forever to think about the next step maybe. And sometimes I'm very busy. And you know what? He learned to play chess online. Kalaban niya, computer. But he gets to play. And he comes out happy naman, di ba? When I have time, I play chess with him. When I don't have time, he's learned to do it by himself. My
Good.
daughter knows how to pop the corn na. Meron kaming popcorn maker. Tapos meron din kami yung you can buy sa pan na just,
Yes.
or pag tamad siya, he can go to the grocery, buy, and microwave that popcorn. Di ba may microwave
Yep.
popcorn na?
Microwave popcorn.
Oh.
Yep.
So if
Yep.
they wanna do it, please don't wait for mommy anymore. Kasi at the end of the day, I'm also very tired and I also need to lift my feet up and probably drink my tea or something. Parang ganon. So thinking about it like that, the sister will probably have her own assignments to do and things that she wants to do. And you know, if it's ideal talaga that the family spends quality time together, I'll move to the next one because they're all kind of like interrelated. But the time together has to be a quality time that probably can we just all relax together,
Mm-hmm.
di
Mm-hmm.
ba? Or kwento lang, likely over dinner. Okay. But if you really want something to make you happy, maybe you really have to be proactive about it na. Don't depend na on other people, di
Right.
ba? I wanna watch Star Trek, but mommy only wants to love Korean drama. Eh di watch on your own. Na-stuck si mommy sa Korean drama, o, di ba? Oh. Even the music themselves, iba na yung music. Oh my gosh, my dad's listening to, what's his name? Engel
My
Humperdinck,
God,
something like that.
Engelbert
Oh my God,
Humperdinck.
I can't even say the name anymore. It's what, 1930s, 1940s, di ba? But I like Bruno Mars. Di mag-Bruno Mars ka sa kwarto mo. If you feel like you want to dance, a lot of times, I don't know may disco pa ba now? When people go to disco, dati, you cannot dance on the dance floor if it's not a girl and a boy. They're kind of like Uy, no, nobody wants to dance with me. How can I dance? But nowadays, I see it's modern na. You want to dance, you just go to the dance floor and dance. You can be a group of girls, you could be a group of guys, you could be boy and girl. You can just be a group jumping and having fun. Kaya na yan. You
Yeah.
don't need another person to dance and you don't need permission pa. Like, oh, dapat ganon. No, just dance. Just do what you want to do.
I
Make yourself
I
happy.
I like that you use the word permission because sometimes we do fail to do that. We fail to give ourselves permission that, oh, I have permission to get to make myself happy without having to depend on another person. And I feel that sometimes with regards to permission, we forget that happiness is more of a choice rather than a destination. I don't know. Maybe consumerism, maybe capitalism, or even social media contributes to that kind of thinking, and that if I get this or if I go to this place, I will be happy. And then when you get to that place, or when you go by whatever it is that you think that's going to make you happy, you feel disappointed because you felt that the advertisement is misleading.
Uh,
I'm not happy that I'm here in the Maldives. There's nothing special here. It's like I have this ornate vase that's from Milan, and it's more expensive than Lalique or whatever. But now that I have it, it's just like any
yeah.
other vase.
Yes.
Have
Yes.
you spoken to people who felt like this as well? And I was wondering, what did you advise them?
Sometimes, say going to a specific place na may expectation ka,
Yeah, yeah,
'di
yeah.
ba, no?
Expectation,
Like,
yes.
say, probably the Maldives. I know somebody who went to Maldives and said, "My gosh, kinulong ako dito. I couldn't go anywhere. I'm just there. There's nothing. I have to eat what they serve. I have to ganun. There's no choice. I was just trapped for the kasi niyaya siya ng best friend or partner. I cannot remember anymore. But he had this idea that when he's in the Maldives, he can go places, he can go ganun. 'Di ba iba-iba ang gusto natin, iba-ibang personalities natin.
Right.
The person he was with just wanted to sit and enjoy the waters, enjoy there, but he had a different expectation. But you know what I told him? Just enjoy your stay. First of all, wala kang magawa. Hindi ka din makaalis dyan eh. Kasi tinawagan ako, bored ka na dito. Wala ka na rin magawa. Experience it na and put it down to your experience that this is it. This is Maldives. Try to experience what the best things that Maldives can offer you. Ang ganda naman talaga ng Maldives. Why are you looking at the bad part of Maldives, di ba?
Yeah.
You look at Maldives and say, I enjoy the waters, even if you don't like to snorkel. At least maglublob ka naman, tumingin-tingin ka naman sa tubig,
Yeah.
'di ba? And then
Exactly.
at least maglublob ka lang, 'di ba? You enjoy the serenity, you enjoy the peace. You might not like exactly the food that they're serving kasi yung cuisine nila is not as varied as you were expecting, but you enjoy and you tell yourself, this is Maldives cuisine.
Yeah,
I
for
will
the
enjoy it
experience
for
of
my
it.
stay here.
Exactly. Or tell your
Yeah,
friend, oh
'di ba?
sige, where would you want to be swimming? The Maldives or Pasig River? Make your choice.
'Di ba? 'Di ba nandun ka na, nagreklamo ka pa, 'di ba? Oo. So
Diba?
this is so fun nga. Like for me, it's your choice. You're already there. The situation is there. You have to choose to look at the better side of things. Naku, nauna na ako. Than the bad side of things. If you want to focus on all the bad things, since walang perfect eh. This place is not perfect. Like everything else that is not perfect. No?
Hmm.
If for you can see the imperfection. Some people cannot see the imperfection of Maldives, but you can. Obviously, you're complaining it.
Yeah.
But if you can see what is making Maldives imperfect, then you try to look at the good things of that imperfection. Then you will still be happy. You will still end up happy. Enjoy your stay. Tatlong araw lang naman yan. Enjoy the waters, enjoy the cuisine, maybe magpamasahe ka na lang dyan. See what Maldives has to offer you that can make you happy. If you
Hmm.
keep on focusing on hindi ko type yung food, hindi ko type na walang ganun. It's talagang malulungkot ka. Eh, nandun ka na rin, di ba?
Yeah, exactly.
For me,
That's the best
it's
out of
really
it.
a choice. Now, I always tell him, ano ba yung na-expect mo? When you go to another country, you're expecting the same food. Eh, di wag ka na. lumabas ng Pilipinas. You
Yeah,
don't understand me.
stay
You're
in your house. Cook the food
Yeah,
that you
you're
like to
expecting,
eat.
look at my house, look at the bed. The bed is, if you want the same, just stay in your house. You don't have to leave the Philippines, di ba? When you explore, this is I'm very open-minded. When you explore, be ready. Be ready to explore new things, new beds. Sa sahig ka pinatulog, kumain ka sa different kind of serving ware, plates,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
ibang kutsara tinidor nila, ibang menu nila. Oh, pero na lang sabihin nila, pinakain ako ng worms, hindi ko malunok yung worms. Di, okay, mag-choose ka na lang ng veggies. Di ba? You always have a choice naman talaga eh. So,
Yeah,
for me, getting that experience and getting out of that Maldives with that experience, no, when you look at the good side of Maldives, it's still a plus. It's always a plus to
always
travel.
a plus. Yes, it.
Always a plus. Maski na napunta ka pa sa bundok, tapos pinatulog ka lang sa isang shack. It's always an experience. Get that experience, and that's a plus to your life. Oh, I've already experienced that, you know. I've
Yeah,
experienced
that
living
would
in this
be
place
that
na
would be something that you can put in your conversation with other people, diba? And then
exactly.
you have something to talk about.
Yeah, and that, you know what? That's very interesting and that's very unique because probably ikaw lang naka-experience yan, kami hindi pa.
Yeah,
Hindi pa kami nakapunta ng certain places that you've been to sa luglukan ng, ay, lubluban ng I don't know where. Like,
yeah,
wow,
yeah,
I experienced this. You know, this is so strange. They had strange food. But it's still an experience and you still come out of it a winner.
yeah.
So when you always
Exactly.
think of it in that light na ay, may takeaway ako dito, may takeaway ako dito. Maski na meron akong nakikitang bulok, madumi ang
Mm.
sahig, may takeaway ako dito, di ba?
Yeah. So,
So,
and if you do that, if you do focus on the good side of an experience, in spite of it being inconvenient, in spite of it being, bad in your own way, in your own viewpoint, you, you still come out as a winner, and you're able to experience, as you said, something that other people have not experienced, and you won't look like a sore loser. Hindi ka mukhang kawawa. Do you want every time na pag may kausap ka or kausap ka ng tao, that people are going to say, oh, I'm gonna be talking to this guy again. All I hear from him is complaining. He doesn't say anything that's good. I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Diba?
yes,
That's the down the line. If you keep that up, people will not want to talk to you because you keep complaining. So
yes,
try to minimize your complaints. But you know what?
yes,
Advice will only go so far as to being effective if the person that you're talking to will take the time to listen and to heed that and see how it relates to their own life. And I did mention in the introduction about your involvement in the JGCU, which is a nonprofit organization that you founded. And can you tell us what the organization does and how you came about to creating it?
I started, I wrote my book to spread my advocacy
Okay,
because
book
I wanted
first before
a lot
the.
of the young, because the book first, actually.
Okay.
Um, actually, this is so funny. When I wrote my book, when I came to think about writing my book, I just planned to print probably 100 or 200 lang.
Mm-hmm.
And then go knocking on coffee shops and just to leave it there. Because I'm very busy and I was thinking I'll just leave it in the coffee shops and hopefully the young kids who like to drink coffee always hang out there. They would take the time and browse. You know, may take home lang.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they learn from the book na can make them feel a little bit happier or help them cope with depression. That was the original intention. Then when I was printing, I decided to print more, no? And then I was very, very lucky. You wouldn't believe this. This is divine intervention. I bumped into this group of people who I wanted to ask to do my animation because my daughter told me, Ma, the kids nowadays, they don't like to read books anymore. It's not going to be effective. You have to make it into an animation. Parang cartoon ba that's moving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I said, oh my gosh, ganun na ba? Sige nga, I'll talk to a group of animators and see what can be done. Baka pwedeng i-animate na lang ito kasi nobody wants to read the books. So I called this group in and then I was talking to them about the animation. And when they heard that I'm doing this for this advocacy to give it out and all that, they decided to join me as my volunteer team. So now I have a volunteer team.
Oh,
Volunteer
so
team
nice
talaga.
volunteer team.
Sharing
My
the same
goodness.
advocacy. And with this team, I am more equipped now and more able to, they help me uh, go to the schools. So
Mm-hmm.
what do we do? We talk to schools, public schools actually. We
Mm-hmm.
go to the public schools, we give a talk on happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I explain what the book is talking about, what the book says, and then we give the books for free. So
Oh
instead na
wow.
iniiwan ko sa coffee shop, direkto na kami sa mga estudyante and when we give it for free. And we leave copies sa libraries nila and their guidance counselors offices. So we've gone around a lot of universities na and high school and elementary. Sa public
Yes.
school kami nagta-target kasi feeling namin mas inaccessible yung yung ganitong klase. Sa
Yeah.
private kasi they have more access to probably their own psychology psychiatrist team or
Mm-hmm.
they have more access to more books that they can buy sa bookstores. But here sa public school, I felt that I wanted to extend it to them. So I give the books for free lang.
Oh, that's mighty generous of you. And you know what? That's paying it forward, and the universe will reward you, a million fold for doing that. I am sure. I am sure of it.
Thank you.
Yeah. These days, how much of the work in the nonprofit comes into your day? I mean, we know we've talked about you being an architect during the day, but it's like half day architect work, and then the latter part of the day, the nonprofit org. How does that go?
This nonprofit org, actually, we call it Project Life. It's Project Life,
Project
JCGU,
life.
because of my advocacy. And then Project Life, we really want to help not only lift people from sadness or depression. If you will notice, the title is How to Be Happier.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you are happy, may takeaway pa rin. You
Yes.
know, you can
It's
still
not.
look at
It's
things
happy.
in a
Yeah.
different or a better light to even make yourself happier. And we're hoping with more happier children at school, kasi usually nakikita namin depression sa school because probably schoolwork, all the pressure. And then if they can spread it out, that would be the best thing, di ba? Nawala ako sa question mo. What's the question?
No, no, no. Like how much work
Ah,
into the nonprofit goes into a normal day for you? Like you do the nonprofit work in the morning, then the architect
ah.
obligations in the afternoon, or vice versa, or how does that go for you? Like what's a normal day for architect Judy Christine?
All right. Um, for Project Life, this is what we do. We have to approach the schools because kailangan pa ng approval from the schools.
Mm-hmm.
We need approval from them to gather their students.
Okay.
Because we don't have the venue, we ask the schools to provide the venue. If
Mm.
they have an auditorium or maski nasa gym. Yung
Yeah.
sa mga
Right.
alumna sa public school, nasa gym lang kami. Basta covered para hindi mainitan yung mga bata, di ba?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tapos, it doesn't have to be a formal setting. Sometimes they just put plastic movable chairs.
Yeah. One of
Sometimes
those
it's an
chairs.
auditorium, whatever the school can provide us. So, whatever our schedule is, depends on the school.
Okay.
When the school says yes, and we agree on the schedule and they're able to gather their students, we go. It's not like every day we do it. No naman. But
Okay.
when they call, we are there. And then when anybody calls us for anything, we're also there.
Okay.
Parang ganon.
All right.
So we go
So
around. So I'm still able to mix it with what I do.
okay.
So I just schedule it. Kunwari, they said, okay, are you free on September 10? Ma'am, are you free po? Sige, the team, can we make it on September? Are you all free? Because we're all volunteers, remember?
Right.
So
Right.
everybody has to be ready and pwede. And then once everybody's okay and the school says, okay, we make it September 10. So we do it September 10. But we plan. So may planning session pa kami kasi depende sa age group,
Mm-hmm.
para hindi rin nakakasawa, di ba? We kind of like, we are now talking about adding activities. So medyo chine-change namin yung program namin. So once we accept a schedule from the school, we gather together and we talk about what will be discussed sa school na yan and what activities we will do catered to the students that they will give us. Kasi college students, LM students, medyo iba yung
Yes.
activities sila.
Right.
And
Right.
the Kasi, I'm not able to usually they give a 30-minute or a 1 hour. Oftentimes we're not able to discuss every single point sa book.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we choose the things that are catered to the younger kids, and we choose the things that are catered to the older kids, and then yon. So
Yeah.
ganon. That's
You,
how we
you
do
you
it.
tailor fit your
Because
program based
tailor fit the
on the
program.
school
Correct.
and on the
Yes.
kind of the level of the students who will be participating
Yes.
and listening. Okay, I like that. I like. That's good. That was another episode of Urban Fantasy PH. Join us next time as we feature another creative soul who wants their art to be seen, heard, and shared. If you have your own work to share, just email us at urbanfantasyph@gmail.com. Till the next episode, this is independent author, singer-songwriter, radio personality, voice actor, and fellow creative, CJ Edmunds, reminding you to always listen to your heart, create with your mind, and share with your soul. Goodbye, everybody. Namaste. Blessed be. So these days, we all get bombarded with ads, with images and suggestions what to have. And when we see others who have it and we don't, we start to feel jealous and we begin comparing ourselves, our lives, and probably even our assets. Some people call this comparisonitis. So I'm assuming that's a word that's in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. If not, then they'll probably put it there. But how does comparing ourselves with others get in the way of our happiness?
Okay. First of all, we have to understand that we are very different people. We have different likes. We have different dislikes. We have different attitudes,
Mm-hmm.
uh, thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about you and me are different. Not everything, maybe, but a large part of you and me is different. A large part of me and somebody else is different. Which brings us to the point that because we are very different, we will not make the same decisions in life, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You might want to have, say, what's an example? Chicken barbecue, and I like to have pork barbecue. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Mine is
CJ, what's your
green.
favorite?
Mine is
Huh?
green. Green.
Mine is blue. That
Okay.
alone, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Given that you have a different taste and I have a different taste, you have different preferences, we will not make the same decisions in life. And because
Mm-hmm.
we don't make decisions in life, nothing in our lives will really be the same, di ba?
Yeah.
So expecting something and comparing based on the difference that you have and my difference is will never end. It will never end. Totoo, you will compare, mas mayaman ka, ako hindi na. But when you look at it in the broader spectrum, we are how many billion people na in the planet? Oh,
Oh
one
God.
billion the
Yeah.
planet.
More than that, I'm sure.
Okay. When you look at yourself, mas mayaman si ganun sa akin. But you look at yourself, mas mayaman ka naman sa kanya, sa isa. You will always be, para na lang the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
Even the second richest man, somebody is richer than him and
Mm.
somebody is poorer than him. Likewise, me, somebody is richer than me, somebody is poorer than me. Ganon din for you, CJ. Somebody will always be richer than you, somebody will always be poorer than you. We are in the middle. So if you want to be the first and the top, oh, that's a lonely climb to be lonely up there.
Mhm.
Yeah, very difficult to be second. Ano ka, Elon Musk? Is very eh? Even
Yeah.
even if you say Manny Villar is the richest in the Philippines, he's still not the richest in the world.
Yeah,
You'll have to be
exactly.
the top one in that entire world. And what will the top one do? The top two will just bring him down. Oh my gosh, it's a crazy thing to keep on competing, being the richest and being the most beautiful. Face it. All the women like to look beautiful, right? But there's age. There is I may have better looking eyes, but you may have a better looking nose. Paano na yan? My hair is so difficult. I need to have it treated. Baka naman you come born with really really nice hair na. I can forever. I will always be in the middle of something and somebody.
Yeah. We are always in the
Comparing
middle.
endlessly, yung comparing endlessly will just drive you crazy.
True.
If you want to compare yourself, kasi mas mayaman si Asa, I would like to tell you, why don't you compare to somebody who's poorer than you, somebody who doesn't have a car, somebody who doesn't have a home? Why are you always comparing yourself with somebody who lives in Forbes Park? Why aren't you comparing to somebody who's just renting or doesn't have a home, doesn't have a car when you have a car? Eh kasi gusto ko Lexus eh. It will never
It will
end.
never end. Yes.
When you say you compare yourself, but you always want to compare yourself with the higher up, that's also not fair because somebody's also down there. When you look at life, you'll always be in the middle. I can be fat, but hey, somebody's fatter than me and I'm still thinner than somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I like that. We will always be in the middle. I when you really think about it, and put things in perspective, we really are the middle of someone else's, spectrum. So there's really no top, there's really no bottom, but everyone really is in the
I'll
middle.
give you
I like that.
yes. One other example. Okay. Sarap naman niya, oh. Tingnan mo yung asawa niya, oh. Mayaman, nagpakasal na mayaman. But you have to think about it. Do you love that guy? Will you marry that guy if that guy comes to you? Just because mayaman, papakasalan mo na ba?
Just
Wala
because
bang,
he's rich.
hindi kami compatible, compatible sila, namamalo siya ng asawa, ayaw ka ng wife beater. Wala bang ganon? Wala bang, yeah, but he works all day. I like to have fun. I like to go to the Maldives. Wala bang ganon?
Yeah.
Di ba? Sometimes you look at the, whatever it is, when you say, that doesn't mean that the person you're seeing, parang they look happy together. But that particular girl or that particular guy, probably is not compatible with you. Kasi iba ang likes, ibang dislikes. So it just so happens that they have similar likes, they have similar. But what if I'm very different from that guy? Whatever he has, he can keep it for himself. Diba? Keep it na lang to yourself. I'll find my own guy.
Yeah.
I'll
Find
find the
find
man
your
who will,
own.
he's fit for me, will make me happy. We can do things together the way we want to do things. I don't have to be jealous or compare my husband to your husband. Because even if you say ganun husband mo, I will not marry your husband because siya type. Type ko husband. Di ba may ganun din yun?
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you see people, but hindi naman kayo magmamatch eh. Maski na anong gusto
And
mong
if you keep doing that, it will,
sa'yo, yun pa. May gusto
you
ba
will never
sa'yo?
stop. Exactly, diba? I
It
mean,
will never
you
end.
may fancy other people's, partners, but what if that other partner does not fancy you? So,
Yes. Exactly,
uwi
di
ka na
ba?
naman ng luhaan.
Correct.
True. You know what? Also, in reading your book, somehow I feel like Japan seems to be your favorite city, or at least the culture itself has sort of influenced you in some way. Because there is a Japanese proverb in your book that reads "Nanakorobi Yahoki." So I know I'm pronouncing this wrong. If you speak Nihongo, then I'm sure you'll sound better at it. But this is part of your 17th. We're on the 17th now. Quick points to happiness in your book because you cited 22. The saying means you fall down 7 times, you stand up 8. So I was wondering, does this proverb probably hold any special place in your life, which prompted you to include this in the book?
Every single thing we do, we are we are at risk of failure, correct? Even
Mm-hmm.
in school,
Mm-hmm.
babagsak ka, you make a lousy project, you think tatayo ka ng model ng bahay, tapos pag gumanon, naguho na pala. We are. There is a large part of what we do that can fail. It's part and parcel of creating and doing something new and exploring. Life is that. Life is no assurance. Life is not perfect. There's no assurance you're gonna take a test 100 ka. Sometimes we fail, and oftentimes we really do. No?
Mm-hmm.
And because we all fail, and we talk about falling, failing as in we're falling, the most important thing about falling is the getting up part. We have to get up. You know, when you were very young, baby ka pa, gagapang ka pa lang, di ba? Gagapang ka. You want to stand up, you will hold on to the rails of your crib or something. Kunwari nasa baby's crib ka pa, you want to learn to stand. You see, parang naglalakad si mommy, but I want to stand. Baby ka pa eh. So you hold on to the rail and you get to grasp the horizontal bar na. Di happy ka na.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens? You fall again. Kasi you're learning to stand. But what do you do? Do you just say, I fell the first time, I'm gonna lie in this crib forever? No. You try again.
Yeah.
It can be, you cannot, some people cannot just stand up by himself without helping. Some people need help. They need bars. They need people to pull them up. But the most important thing there is getting up again. So if you fall 7 times, you stand up 8 times. Some people are strong. They can stand up on their own. Good for them. But a lot of us, we need help. We need aid. We need bars.
Hmm.
Pag baby ka, you're alone, you need bars. You need a horizontal something to keep you up. Nakatayo ka na, but something needs to keep you up and you still need the horizontal bar to keep you up. So in life, it's also like that. When we fall, very good if you can get up on your own. Very good if you can move up fast on your own. But oftentimes we need some kind of aid, whether it's people, support, financial aid, whatever we need it. We need it. And when we get up, sometimes we still need a horizontal bar to keep us there. So I go back to support of family. Why do we need to have good relationship with people, especially family? Why? Because they are with us when we're happy and they are also with us when we are sad. It's not important to have 100 friends. What is important is to have a few who will be there when you are down. Somebody who can lift you up and give you that support. But you have to keep this relationship going. 'Di ba? Everything naman dapat may effort. Even if you want a good family relationship, you also have to have effort.
Hmm.
You cannot keep on letting your parents or your siblings call you, pero all you want to do is just play in your computer all day and hide in the room and put headphones on. Lahat talaga may effort, even in marriage.
It's a give and take. It's a give and
It's
take.
a give and take. Even if
You
a
cannot take, you
partner
can
in life,
always give as well.
yes, you have to give. And you know what? What is very important, even hindi nyo nalagay sa schedule ninyo, time for all of these important people in your life. It's your family. It's your partner. It's your friends. Kasi we really need that. Because all of us, we fail at some point and all of us, we fall. We need somebody to help us up and probably needs that somebody to keep us up until we are able.
Right. And if you
That's so
need a
important. So
list,
hindi mo,
yeah.
yes, yes, that's so very important. So all of the points in my book are interrelated. One has to do with the other.
Hmm.
Uh, so the book is written in such a way, may number yon. And then the number, you can see that the table of contents. If you just want to remember about this thing, you don't have to read from page 1 all the way to page 80 just to get to that point. Saan ba yun? Saan ba yun? Saan ba yun? It's so easy. Saka I made it one pager lang kasi busy ka na nga. Mahahassle ka pa magbabasa, 'di ba? Just go straight to the point. There's a nice illustration there for the young kids na naeengganyo lang 'pag nakakakita ng colors and nice quote.
Right, like
And then
this one. Let me see.
and if that's na maengganyo sila, correct? And then they might want to read and I kept it very simple. I spent more time editing it than writing it. I had to edit it, yes.
Yes,
Para simple lang yung mga words, easy to read, and I kept them all in one page.
I
That's
like.
that's para tapos it's a reference for anybody's.
Yeah, it's a
If you're
quick reference
feeling down,
guide.
you fail, you just go to the page na failure. Okay. If naiinis ka na sa friend mo, you find yourself comparing, you go back to the page of the comparison. You see, my analogy there is we are all a kaleidoscope, you know. You like green, so your green pie is very big. I like blue, my blue pie is very big. You probably like sports, so you put a little bit of sports there. If you like Asian cuisine or Italian cuisine, you put it there. Me, I like Japanese food. Correct. I like reading books or I like drinking coffee. When you mix all of those pieces together, you come out as a different kaleidoscope pattern and I come out as a different kaleidoscope pattern. We are all different patterns, and yet you are beautiful, and I am beautiful, and we are all what? Unique. Because there's no one person, even mag-twins nga eh. They don't even have the same likes. Have you met twins? Have
Oh
you known
yeah.
twins?
Yeah, I do have twins. My two sisters, my two older sisters are
Oh
twins, and
my
they're
gosh,
both different. They're both
yes,
different.
exactly. So even twins can be different. So you
Yeah.
are a beautiful kaleidoscope pattern and your twin is her own kaleidoscope pattern. No matter how people will say, twin sila, dapat parehas ang itsura nila.
Nope.
Iba ka, iba siya. Yes.
Nope.
So see, how
With a
people
big
don't ask it. So,
no.
oh, 'di ba? But when you look at kaleidoscope, all the patterns are very beautiful.
Yeah, exactly.
Iba-ibang style, iba-ibang kulay. Some people just want all silver, all shiny like diamond. Some wants topaz. Some wants very colorful, bright. Some want pastel. Big pieces, small pieces, squares, triangles. Keep it all
Right.
the shapes together.
Exactly.
You make
At,
your own.
and at the end of that kaleidoscope of a book, you do have a list. And this is one thing I like about this list. This little list here, you can either, Xerox the page or retype it again and enlarge to a font of your liking. If you don't want to write on directly on the book, and it will have different questions. I was wondering, when you finished the book, was there a question for you that you were able to answer for yourself? And maybe once having answered that, you also use that same answer to empower yourself or other people for your next creative venture?
The only question I had after writing the book, first of all, I made that questionnaire at the back to guide the kids kasi sometimes they overthink.
Mm-hmm.
Nahihirapan sila. What is happiness? So that's just a guide. Happiness is, hugging your favorite person or eating your favorite food or watching your favorite TV show. It's a guide. The question that I had in mind after I wrote it was, will this book become effective? Will I be able to help the people intend to help with the book? Will
Mm-hmm.
it reach the people the way I want it to reach them? When they read the book, meron ba silang takeaway na makakatulong? Kasi there are 22 points. Baka healthy ka na. So the healthy part
It's
doesn't
not a
really
priority. Yeah.
the priority to you. But
Yeah.
meron bang points dyan that, can really help you? And that's the only question that came to mind after I wrote the book. And so I tried. They're going around Project Life, giving it. And so when I hear from the young people who attended my workshop and then they got the books and then they say anong takeaway nila sa talk ko, it makes me very, very happy. Some of them, like you, kunwari, meron silang special point na, oh, ma'am, I should stop comparing pala, or ma'am, I should stand up again even if I fail. That's a big takeaway for me also when I hear it from them. Kasi it means that I'm able to help. Like
Mm-hmm.
I intended to do naman for writing the book.
Right. Right. Good. Good. The whole book really is about paying it forward as well as your organization. Speaking of which, are you working on anything new at the moment? Maybe no book two.
Actually, a lot of people are asking me that, but for the next book, not yet.
Not
But
yet.
what I did
Okay.
is we expanded to have merch. Why the merch? Because the merch will be your reminder, a daily reminder. I'll show you one merch.
Or companion
This
piece
is
to the
my
book.
yes. This is my merch for the Nana Korbiya. Okay. Okay. It has
Oh,
8 heads to remind you that fall 7 times, stand up 8. It has the phrase there and then fall 7 times, stand up 8. Because I feel that if you use something like this on a daily basis or when you feel down, it's just a gentle reminder that we all fall and all we need to do is just get up again.
I like that.
Because
And
it
then when you're
reminds
drinking
all of
coffee,
us.
then you see the image. It's a
Yes.
reminder. Diba?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Di
I
ba, no?
like. I like. I like.
It's a nice reminder.
Nice.
And
Nice.
then
Nice.
this one naman is that happiness is simple.
Happiness is simple.
Happiness is a cup of coffee
Yes.
and simply relaxing and doing absolutely nothing. Because some people think I need to do something to be happy when in fact, when you can relax, look at nature, enjoy life, that's happiness na. Doing something more is additional to that. If you can find happiness in simple things, that's a blessing from the
Yeah.
Lord.
I like that merch.
So may
And
choice yan. Tapos, I have
oh, you got that.
stickers.
You have stickers too.
Yes, you know why? I have hindi ko dala dito yung I what the young kids do is like me, I have stickers on my phone as a
Mm-hmm.
reminder. no? Some of the younger kids, they put the stickers in their mugs, yung thermal bottle.
Your
This
thermal
is
bottle, yes.
ungalable and replaceable because yung sticker niya is, the material is thick. So you
Mm-hmm.
can, after, pwede mo pang i-replace yan someplace else. Pag hindi ganun
Ah,
katagal. So
nice,
there
nice.
are like designs that will tell you to pause and relax. Just a reminder. Oo.
I like
Ah,
that. I like that.
my battery is low na. I need to just charge.
Oh, okay. No worries, no
Hold on.
worries.
Hold on
Oh,
for 1 second.
okay. Okay, I
Yes.
like that
So I have stickers.
you have stickers, you got mugs.
Yes. Meron
I
nakasulat gano'n 'no, think positive. It's just
nice.
simple, but a lot of the young kids, they like to, place it, on their notebooks or thermal bottles.
Okay,
Being you is just enough. Yung
true.
mga ganito na mga reminders,
Yeah,
'di ba?
right,
Oh, at
right. We
school,
need
I
that.
like this one, show kindness.
Show
Kasi in
kindness.
school, a lot of the children are having a hard time at school kasi may bully pa,
With the
may gano'n pa.
bullying. Oh yeah.
What to do is just show kindness. A lot of people are going through many things, 'di ba, in life.
Mm-hmm.
Show a little bit of kindness and spread it around para mas happy naman ang the community will be
Yeah,
happier.
I agree.
And then
And
I
people will see that in all other merch that you have. Actually, if in case you're not aware, this year or the next month at the Manila International Book Fair, because we are going to be sharing a booth together. Yay!
yay!
Yeah, that'll be booth 131 on the second floor of the SMX at the Mall of Asia. That's September 10 to 14. So if you have not gotten the book and you want to get the merch, or you already have the merch but if you didn't get the book the last time, then go see us at MIBF, and you will have all the books and all the merch that you can get your hands on our booth. On our booth alone, marami na. You'll see a lot of stuff
Oo,
already.
yeah.
Yeah. So for those who would want to know more about you, Miss Judy, where can they follow you? Or if they want to get the book directly from you and they cannot wait for MIBF, they want to get it now, 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 where can they get the book as well?
Okay. If you wanna reach me, I have a Facebook page which is Judy Christine Goui, my full name, Judy Christine Goui. My website is likewise judychristinegoui.com. And my book is available both in my website and in Shopee. And actually I'm also available at Fully Book
Okay.
and Amazon for the international ano buyers.
Readers, right. Okay, that's
Readers, yes. Thank you.
Judy Christine Goui, .com. For the Shopee, what would be the name of the shop? Would it still also be under your name, or they'll just have to look for the
You just
have to look? That's okay. I will put that on the show links so that people who are looking at the details of the episode, when they click on the Shopee link, they will directly be going to your Shopee store. Okay.
thank
Now,
you.
if in case anyone who's listening, you are a creative, you would like to be featured in the podcast, all you got to do is email us at urbanfantasyph@gmail.com. And as I said, if you want to get a copy of Miss Judy's book and the merch, go see us at MIBF 2025. And you can also message her directly on her author page, I'm sure, on Facebook as well. As for me, my books are on my own Shopee page. Look for Spine Books in Shopee. And you can follow the show on Facebook, Instagram, and also Threads, and me over at cjedmunds.com. Miss Judy, thank you so much for joining us today. I know I've eaten a little bit of your time into your lunch hour, but thank you for being here with us and for sparing a few moments of your precious, precious time with us. And I wish you all the best in all your creative endeavors. And till the next episodes in the Authors Unite, keep creating. We will obviously be reading, and be kind, be happy, and know that it is a choice, not only a destination. Okay.
Thank you very much,
Thank
CJ.
you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for inviting me to your podcast. Thank you.
All right. Till the next episode. Namaste.
Yes, thanks. Bye.
That was another episode of Urban Fantasy PH. Join us next time as we feature another creative soul who wants their art to be seen, heard, and shared. If you have your own work to share, just email us at urbanfantasyph@gmail.com. Through the next episode, this is independent author, singer-songwriter, radio personality, voice actor, and fellow creative, CJ Edmunds, reminding you to always listen to your heart, create with your mind, and share with your soul. Goodbye, everybody. Namaste. Blessed be.